Hey, it's us with Role Playing Bubble Radio. We're playing Heart, the City Beneath, Descending Derelictus, Episode 8 in the previous session. Let's see here. The Delvers, they did a whole lot. They went on to Tier 2.
Some things happened.
They
decisions were made.
You went to Tower, a sort of haven that you absolutely hated because it was peaceful and people were living lives in a tranquil utopian.
It was like being immersed in a liquid form of smooth jazz. I could know. It's too calm. I can't.
I mean, everywhere we looked, there were sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
Then you went to the bunker where Garanhon...
big pile of dead people. Way more our
Way
speed.
better.
Yeah.
Definitely our aesthetic.
Had a confrontation with his mentor who has given up the Vermissian ways and just tried to get Garanhon to change his ways and failed. But what did you receive from your mentor again?
What did I read it on there? So, it was the dimensional RPM meter.
All right.
So
a D12 resource.
Yeah.
And then you went to Gorin, and a hotbed of conspiracy theory and plotting and planning, and you saved a Baldari, the other Baldari, and sent him to Derelictus.
And then he ripped us off.
Well, you didn't find. Yeah, then you went to Hang Station where you met you briefly communicated with the conductor, and he warned you that Zaradoth wants to harness the power of the train network, and then Outis his portal manifested and cut the connection to the conductor. And fortunately, you all managed to teleport home before you all plunge into the lake below. And a bunch of other things happened. But as we begin, you have not recovered any of your stress because you were picking up moments later. You're in front of the halfway house. Your home. That is literally on the edge of Derelictus. Half of it is missing. Half of it, so it's half a building, half a 2-story house in the basement. The other half is cut out, but now it has become the halfway house, a tavern, and it is run by Baldari. And Frederick is the doorman. Come, enter your doom. At the house that killed and swallowed me whole.
I think I've heard about that before. Which is interesting because I didn't know. You know what? I actually learned something interesting today. I learned that it's possible to want to wring the life out of a man who's already apparently been swallowed and killed. How about that, Fred?
That sounds awful. A compulsion. You should calm your mind with tinctures. And...
I would, but the place where I used to go to find peace and center myself and quiet the just frothing eldritch energies that consist of what may or may not be my mind. There seems to be a tavern where that was.
Oh, well,
Now that's all right. I'm sure that there is a logical explanation for this. And there won't be any need for any kind of incisisms.
Yes.
You know what an incisism is, don't you, Frederick?
No.
Well, allow me to explain it to you. You see, an exorcism is where you take a spirit, a dead spirit, and cast it out of a place and forbid it from ever setting foot there again. An incisism is where you take a full-size spirit like yourself and you take a tiny, tiny living space like this coin and you put them together.
Oh, well.
Do you know what that feels like, Frederick? I've been informed that it's very unpleasant. It's decidedly unpleasant. It's almost torturous if one could actually torture an undead spirit. But the thing is, undead spirits don't have that thing that the living do. You see, that cut off of the pain senses.
Oh, well
spirits just continue to feel pain for eternity.
Master Valanthe.
Now, it would be a wonderful, horrible, horrible thing if that were to happen to somebody that we know, wouldn't it, Frederick?
Yes.
Anyway, could we speak to your manager?
Yes, Mr. Valanthe, Mr. Outis, Master Garanhon, and Master Rakk. I will. I have been instructed. You see, you have been all been declared legally dead. Do
I look dead to you?
I'm merely explaining.
Frederick.
Do
I look dead to you?
Actually, a little bit, but no. Mr. Baldari showed up with a will written that all of you signed, titling because apparently he saved you from a fate worse than death, and giving you gifted him this fine house, and so he turned it into a tavern to commemorate your loss. There's actually a drink named after the Delvers. Yes.
Frederick, could you excuse me for a second?
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys.
Yeah.
I apologize. I thought that I was helping someone to not be murdered, and instead, I changed the location of where someone was going to be murdered. I apologize for bringing you into this and for sullying our home with this just invading our privacies and all of this. I'm sure that this is in some terrible way tied up in the cosmic bullshit that pretended I exist. And I'm sorry about that. But I'm going to go inside now and I'm going to kill somebody. Hopefully, the person who deserves it.
Okay.
Otis.
Before we go telling,
Otis enters the bar.
All right. Otis shoves his way past Frederick, who is trying to desperately sputter out that all of you, anyone saying that they are you is obviously an imposter and not to be allowed into the premises. But of course, Frederick is in no position to physically stop you. When you step into the bar, it's actually quite crowded, and you notice quite a few of the hounds are here. They are, of course, the ostensible law enforcement peacekeepers of the city, hired by well, technically it's mercenaries.
Peace is an illusion. There's no way to keep it.
Good.
So this has been.
I'm about to report a murder.
Mm-hmm.
No, guys. This is a mess that I created, and I'm going to either solve it or make it so much worse that no one profits from it. Don't worry. I'm
completely on board with this plan.
I'm heading
up
to
the bar. You are not doing this yourself.
I'm heading up to the bar. Looking around. Is Baldari here?
The bartender says, who's asking?
Someone who needs to speak to Baldari.
Well, Baldari doesn't talk to people with names.
Oh, okay. Well, they don't have to see this, because it'll probably be noticeable regardless. Hey, Ross.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I now have all the pieces necessary to destroy the journal, and whatever happens with that is what happens with it?
You do.
Can I just open that book and feed it my other book at the bar?
You can try.
Okay, then that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, well, hold on. All right, well,
guys, you might want to stand back.
As you're attempting that, let's rewind. Let's see what the other three characters are doing. So, Garanhon.
Oh, okay.
Otis pushes his way in past Frederick and then starts, and you can tell he's heading to a beeline to the bar. What are you doing while this is happening? Are you following him? Are you staying outside? Or are you doing something else?
I'm actually, I want to stop him, but also I'm overcome with the fear that the basement has possibly been turned into a storage facility of some sort, or worse, another part of the bar, and I need to get down there to make sure that the turnstile is intact.
Okay, so you're looking for a way to sneak in, essentially.
No, I don't care. This is my house. If nothing else, I can delve into the basement if necessary.
That would rule.
Okay, so you follow past Otis as Otis is yelling at the bar. You quickly see that there are stairs leading down to the basement. And you can see the door there has been locked and barred with a thick chain and padlock. It would take some time to brute force your way through that or to pick the lock. So you can try that, but you cannot do it instantaneously. Now, because it is the halfway house, you could delve. This means going outside of the building and basically parkouring, free climbing alongside the edge of Derelictus over an enormous void into the basement. So that would be, and you can choose to do that with standard or risky if you want to go really fast.
Yes, because if granted, I would just want to break that down, but also this is a path that they might not know about. So yes, we are going to go with we're going to go with our very risky option of parsing the void to get into my basement.
Okay, yeah, basically, have you ever seen a documentary about mountain climbing, especially free climbing mountain climbers? Yeah,
at your house specifically, yes.
yeah. So it's basically that. Only you're wearing plate mail, and you're also a robot, kind of. Well, you have magic. Your bones are metal. So
I have steam powered bones as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, they don't have metal bones. They're a lot lighter, so it's going to be real fun for you to do this. So, anyways, we'll have you roll in a second. Meanwhile, Rakk. Outis pushing his way in. Outis pushes his way in. Garanhon looks in real quickly and just starts heading to the side of the house. You can tell he's going to try and climb. You can tell what he's trying to do, Rakk. And Valanthe, you can figure out the same thing. What are you doing, Rakk, as all this is going on?
I was still lost in all the apologizing that guy did.
Frederick was very apologetic about this. By the way, I did figure out exactly what you have to do to make your spear. You need, obviously, basically, just so you know, you need to go to a place of slaughter to do so. And you know a couple of candidates, but none of them are here in Derelictus proper. You also need tools, metalworking tools, a heat source, and blooded metal to forge it, to basically link the bone parts together. And by blooded metal, I mean metal that has been, you know how like when you polish a historical sword and blood will come out and smells like steak cooking if it's been used in battle? Yeah, that's the kind of metal you need.
I can get blood, no problem.
Well, you need metal that has worked in blood. So like old battlefield swords, old butcher's tools, stuff that's aged and has been bathed in blood.
There's a guy you met at the library.
I mean, there's any number of places you can get that from. So there's 3 things you need, and you need to go to the right place to do it. So that's more of a long-term thing. Well, I mean, that's obviously going to take you a little bit. So that's sort of your long-term thing. But what are you doing in here now? Are you just watching to see what happens as you stand in the street?
I believe I heard a bar was mentioned.
There, yeah, your house, the halfway house has been turned. Your home has been turned into a bar. Yep, that's why your friends are so angry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to I believe what was my place.
Well, the kitchen.
The kitchen was your sort of main haunt, if I recall.
Yeah.
The kitchen is also off limits to people. There is a door. There's wait staff here. As you push your way into the bar as well. As you head to the kitchen, there is a waiter trying to stop you. He's very adamant, and so you can try and shove your way. You can try and run past him with a delve check.
Actually, how is he trying to stop me exactly?
Standing in front of him, like, whoa! The kitchen's for employees only, sir.
Is it now? That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice room, isn't it?
It's a kitchen. I hardly spend any time in there. I'm mostly taking things out of the kitchen into here.
So you've never been in there?
I've been in there, but briefly. I don't work in there. I'm a waiter, not a cook.
Oh, well, seeing how this is our place and that was my room, I'm going to go in there and check it out.
Sir, it's against excuse me, can anyone help me with this unruly customer? And so multiple members of the Hounds get up. visibly armed with a variety of weapons. And then finally, Valanthe, what are you going to do while so basically, you know what the others are doing. What are you doing?
I am going to do the thing that is going to help everybody else.
Okay.
I am going to start a distraction. And by a distraction, I mean brawl. I am going to see the closest, drunkest person. I am going to sock that person in the face, scream, "Get out of my house," and throw a beer bottle at the hound that is moving towards Rakk.
Okay.
And then I am going to continue saying, "All of you out of my house," at the highest volume I can manage, and throwing anything that happens to be pointy, blunt, or pointy blunt.
All right. So, before we resolve what happens to you, Outis, Garanhon, just go ahead and give me a risky delve check.
All right.
And obviously Warren's is appropriate because you're in a city. That is the domain. It is not technology because it's just a building.
It's nothing special.
No,
There's
I'm
nothing
hoping.
Technology.
Let's go and success.
Nope. It's risky.
Oh wait, I forgot. I forgot it takes away the first one. Nope. Yep.
Yep.
That's a problem.
It is quite a problem. So
it's a pickle.
It is a pickle. This is going to be fortune. And it is going to be a D8 because you're climbing like I mentioned the void and how it's dangerous and risky. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is 7 fortune stress. What is your current fortune stress?
11.
All right. Oh, so you're just donezo. I think let me see what happens when you go over because you're really over.
Well, let's see. 1, 2. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is only goes to 10, right? I'm sorry. 6, 7, 8. That's 9. I'm sorry. I thought that we had 12 on here for some reason. Sorry. It's only 9.
All right. Yeah, so you're going to take some fortune fallout. I did roll
I think 6 is still minor, isn't it?
Yeah, it is still 6. I don't know if that yeah, the only thing I don't know is like if it bleeds over, if it just upgrades it to a thing. Let's see here.
Well, just my own one because I gave you a wrong one, so I didn't basically wipe out too. But did I get under? Did it the second roll have to be underneath that?
Well, yeah, I rolled a 7 on stress alone. Even if you had 0,
yeah.
you would have fallout.
Okay,
so I'll just give you a minor because
Okay.
Well, yeah, rolling a 6 for fallout is still a minor. You have to roll a 7 or above for fallout for it to be major.
Okay.
Let's see here. You're separated. You fall. So I'm going to, because you're falling, I'm going to give you a D6 blood stress. So you take 3 blood stress. Well, what does that put you at?
0 because I still have 2 because my armor absorbed it, unless for some reason it didn't.
You mean it would give you 1?
Yeah. So you have 1 blood stress.
Well, no. You said it was 3, right?
Yeah, 3 blood stress.
Yeah, and I have 3 blood protection. So that
you have 3
entirely.
protection.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I thought you had 2.
All right.
You are protected, yo.
So you fall. Your armor protects you against falling a few hundred feet down. Well, a while. As you hit the side, you bounce off a rock, and you slide down. You're now in a ravine pretty far. You can barely see the halfway house from where you are right now. So someone's either going to have to lower a rope so you can climb out, or you're going to have to... I'll just say you're at D6... no, you're at 6 delve to get back to the surface by yourself. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's worse. But I can do this. We can do it.
Okay, so basically you crawl on the side of the building, you fall off. No one sees you because everyone else is inside the halfway house. Outis, you take out the book and you feel a gun at the back of your head. And you see a drow wearing a suit. You can tell they are a detective with the hounds. and they say, "I know what the drow detective tells. I know what that is. If you take another move, I'll put a hole in your head."
I opened the book.
All right. This is going to be a dangerous evade. There's a gun at the back of your head.
No, I know.
Okay.
Let him shoot. Let him shoot me.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, this
Do
is
it.
the drow seem to have known what was happening before you were. So yeah, go ahead. You can roll evade. It is dangerous.
No, I'm not. I'm not evading. Let him shoot me.
Okay. All right.
Apologies to whichever of you guys is nearest to me, by the way.
Not me.
All right. That is 9 blood stress.
Okay. Once per session, allocate stress to the nearest friendly target instead of marking it yourself.
Very good. Let's see here. So definitely not Garanhon. It's either going to be Rakk or Valanthe. Because they're both in the room.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're not.
Outis is summoning something bad.
Actually, it's going to be Rakk because Rakk, it's going to be you. Because the kitchen is closer than the entrance to the bar.
And also, unfortunately, I need one of you to suffer fallout to get rid of a minor thing of mine.
Yep. How much blood stress do you have before this, Tom?
I think I had reduced it. Oh, it was down to 2.
2. So now it's at 11.
It's gonna be Fallout, man.
It's
Come
going
on.
to be major blood fallout. Hey.
I accomplished my
You
my-
did.
What?
story beat.
Yep.
I helped you somehow. Yay!
Oh, don't expect me to be grateful though.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, he actually did take major blood fallout as a story beat.
And cool. So both of us fulfill a story beat for me being an asshole.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah. No, you're making your friend suffer fallout. Let's see here. Blood fallout. Boy, this is fun. Major stuff. We haven't done that much or at all yet.
Yeah, I don't think we've interacted with the major fallout stuff yet.
First, yay.
Technically speaking, you would have needed this to happen regardless.
Let's see here.
I would have rung more true if you were unaware of that when you did it.
That's true. Absolutely accidental.
Bye, friends.
All right, Tom.
Hit me with it, Ross.
Which is gonna be you know what, I'm gonna be more critical injury for you, which is major. Your arms, the shot actually hits you in the upper back, basically you take a hit somewhere vital. I'll let you choose where, but I get to pick a skill you have access to, and you no longer have access to that skill. You no longer have access to hunt or to kill.
I don't need things to. I'm gonna kill anyway, Ross. God.
All right, you're going to be doing it with one less die as you. Where do you get hurt that causes you to be unable to fight effectively?
I'll say.
I mean, the example they give is like being shot in the sword arm, so you can no longer cleft a weapon.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Okay, so yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna I'll just say your sword arm. So yeah, your sword arm flops uselessly. Blood trickles from it.
I'm just like, dude, I haven't done anything yet.
All right, so Outis, remind me how exactly the book worked for the listeners at home.
I was hoping you would remember.
Okay.
It was some like infovore tome in and of itself that was held at bay by like a bookmark of some kind.
That's right. Yeah, it was a trap used for infovores. So you basically set it open, fed the normally it would lure infovore in. You use the bookmark to keep it contained. Let me check my notes, see if I wrote that down. Yeah. So there's basically two actions. You've taken the book out this round. So you've taken the book out this round. Rakk gets shot. Then Valanthe, if you do not do something evasive or running away, you are going to take a lot of blood stress, as the hounds are going to immediately, dogpile you. So it doesn't matter how much you fight back. There are more. You cannot fight your way out of this without taking damage, is what I'm saying. So if you evade, you can evade their attacks this round, or if you fight, you will inflict stress on them, but they will also inflict stress on you. And I will not say how much. But what do you want to do, Valanthe? You have started a distraction, but there's one very focused person on Outis, and Rakk just got shot somehow.
It hurts bad.
Yeah, it hurts very bad. So, Valanthe, just let me know when you want to do something. We'll just continue with...
All right, so I'm going to evade by going table flip.
Okay.
And duck past the drunks.
Mm-hmm.
Drop my cloak. Switch it to the other side. And pop up the other side. And basically, I'm just going to pull the old costume switcheroony under the table and hope that they don't notice. So I'm hoping that falls under sneak.
No.
Evade?
Evade,
Okay.
Definitely evade.
All right. And since this is literally my house,
Mm-hmm.
I believe the domain would be Haven, yes?
Yeah, I would count that.
Oh, there's an R in your diary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They are. It's just 3.
No, that's 2. Let's try this one more time with the right numbers. There we go.
Okay.
763.
All right. You'll take stress, but you do evade, so you don't take the full brunt of it. But you will get you a beer bottle does wang you in the head. As I do like
A
saying.
technical term.
It is it's a very technical term. So you take 2 blood stress from that. What does that put you at?
That puts me at 2 blood stress.
Okay. So you're fine for right now. So basically, they're not all your efforts are basically right now. Only one person is targeting Outis right now, not all of them. So Outis can still do actions. So Outis, you've taken the book out. What are you going to do next?
I'm gonna see about summoning a horrific infovore monstrosity to eat this book.
Okay. That would probably be. Let's see here.
Well, that would definitely be unwise. But considering the situation, we're going to go all in.
I would say, what skill do you want to do for this? I'll let you choose. Obviously, occult domain or cursed would be the domain, but I'll let you.
I mean, my usual spell casting thing was is often evade plus occult.
Okay. Yeah, I'd allow that.
Although, I mean, if it wanted to be weird, it could also be delve plus occult, since I'm delving into dark places. I don't know.
I actually delve would work too. Yeah. So if it's probably the same number of dice. It's delve. It's a more physical thing too, because it's a crowded bar. Lots of shit going on. You need to maneuver.
I got shot.
And I am extremely crazy right now, so I roll with mastery. And that is a 10.
All right. So the infovore appears. Outis, you realize it is a terrible thing to behold. And you're looking right at it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, give me an endure plus cursed. This is going to be risky.
All right. Oh, it's going to be risky. There's no way I'm going to succeed at this. It's going to be great. Oh, nope. 2.
Okay. There's going to be let's say
assume echo or mind.
Yeah, it's never going to be echo or mind. I'm going to put a D8 echo. 2 echo. What does that put you at?
2.
Right. You're fine. That's just to perceive it. Valanthe, you're behind a table, so you don't see it, although you can hear it, and it's awful. It is a vortex of energy and chaos and noise. It is a very bad thing. Rakk, you've been shot.
I've been shot.
Mm-hmm. What are you gonna do about it? You don't know it's from behind somewhere. What are you gonna do? In fact, the fact that you've been shot, the cops aren't the hounds aren't attacking you right now. Because you're not.
I'm gonna find something to dive behind, because I'm assuming more shots are gonna come.
All right, give me evade plus Haven or Warren.
I have Warren.
All right, roll 2d10.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Oh, wow.
God damn it! Sorry.
It's okay.
9.
Nice. So with a 6 and a 9, you easily.
Yeah, literally, it is like I haven't done anything yet. Dive behind dive behind something.
So Outis,
was that waiter there?
The waiter is also.
I'm pulling him to safety with me.
Okay, yeah, he is kind of stunned at the rapid turn of events going on right now. So you are kind of like, so he didn't know what to do. He did not have your quick reflexes, but you have pulled the waiter to safety. Good job. Outis, before you decide what to do next, you realize if you feed it the diary in this crowded place, it's probably going to destroy the halfway house itself and your portal in the attic. And possibly hurt everyone. So meanwhile, Garanhon, you start pulling yourself out of the ravine, I assume, unless you're going to try and find a long way around.
Nope. This is the climb right now. So it's just humming. It's a long way to Tipperary to myself.
All right. Give me a delve check.
All right.
I'll say it's still Warren because you're on the edge of the city. Yeah.
I appreciate it. And let's see if Dicebot just wants to throw me into the void.
I mean, Dicebot has been a little bloodthirsty already. A little bit.
But not today, though.
Not as bloodthirsty as some of the people in my group.
Damn. All right.
Oh. Okay, so these were the handholds right now. So I was supposed to fall down here so I could actually get back up. Okay.
Sometimes you have to fall. You have to lose progress in order to make progress. So go ahead and give me a d6 to see. Assume your delving gear is a d6.
Yes. So,
right.
Yep, the mage light is there and nothing has changed.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Almost there.
Yep.
You can see a vortex of energy swirling around the halfway house.
That's not my concern until I get into the basement. So, I can help everybody else out once I'm in.
All right. So, Outis, you can feed it to the detective is right there, and is going to try and stop you. So how are you trying to get? And so the detective is throwing themselves between you and the book, your diary and the book. The detective seems to know what will happen, and so how are you going to get past the detective?
How am I going to do that? Do I have? Not a lot right now, unfortunately.
I would say your air blast would knock them far enough away that you could they would not be able to physically intervene. Yeah,
that's true, but I don't think I can use that immediately. Didn't we sort of decide that only have access to that after I cast Frenzy of the Sky Court?
Oh, that's right. You're right. Good point. You could try. Evade would be the simple thing. I
suppose
I am going to say it's risky because they had a knife as a backup weapon, so they are going to try and shank you. And
I'm also going to. Well, actually, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to Can I attempt to shove them toward the crowd of other people while yelling "It's going to explode! Evacuate!"
That could be compel or kill, depending on what part of that action you're emphasizing.
I kind of want to start a stampede and shove him toward it.
That would be
them
compel.
toward it. I guess I didn't see the gender.
That would be compel. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Would that be compel occult to utilize my mystic expertise to be like, this monster's about to explode?
Yeah, it's still risky though.
Okay.
Because the detective,
fine.
it is obviously there's a lot going on. It's very chaotic.
Yeah. I don't think. Oh, I don't have compel anyway, so I don't think I'd have enough dice to do a risky thing for that.
You can roll a single d10, and if you roll a 10, it succeeds.
I already rolled a 10. That's not going to happen again.
All right. That's the only way. You're not a very convincing person. Rakk is pretty convincing.
Yeah, but he's indisposed and out of the room.
Well, no, he's in the room. He's just behind a table.
Oh, I thought he had like dove into the kitchen with the other guy.
No, the kitchen door is still closed and probably locked, barred from the inside at this point.
Well, then I guess all I can do right now is evade.
Yeah. All right. Risky evade.
All right. Nope.
All right. You get stabbed. It hurts. I'm going to say this is brutal because they're very good at shanking. So that's going to be 6 blood stress.
5 because I do have 1 blood protection.
Okay, 5. And what does that put you at? 5.
Oh, 5. Yeah.
Okay.
So because like I said, I have 1 blood protection and I didn't already have any damage.
Okay.
So.
Well, you get stabbed, and because you failed, they're still between you and the thing. They're just stabbing you and trying to like, no, you can't do it in city limits, you son of a. And that's about all they're able to say.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. Valanthe, it's gotten more chaotic. There's gunfire as people are shooting the infovore that's been summoned. Some shots are still going off at your table. It is getting whittled away. There's a nearby window you could defenestrate yourself to safety if you wanted to.
Is there a nearby hound shooting at the thing?
There are several ineffectually shooting at the monster. None of them seem to realize yet that Outis is the one that summoned it. There is one detective, a drow, who is trying to stab Outis, and just did.
Okay.
Yeah. That detective does not notice you.
Good.
Okay.
I'm about to stab that detective from a distance.
Okay. Oh, throw a knife.
Throw a knife.
It's going to be risky because of all the chaos and the vortex and the stray bullets. You're safe behind the table. When you pop out from the table to make a throw, you're partially exposed.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm going to be aiming for the side of the table and hoping for the best.
Yep. Well, I'm just saying it's risky. So, kill plus Haven or Warren.
I'll take a 9.
Okay.
Damn.
All right, go ahead and roll. I believe it's brutal and dangerous. So
it is
brutal.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and roll 2d6.
2d8.
Oh, 2d8. That's right. All right, you inflict 8 stress on the drow, and you're going to take that too, I believe, because it's dangerous. Let me just double check.
When you inflict stress and roll the maximum amount, mark a d6 to blood.
Okay, d6. Okay. 2. So you take 2 blood. What does that put you at?
That puts me at 4.
Okay. All right. You're bleeding. And the blood just won't stop. So you're unlucky and bleeding.
Blood just won't stop.
Yeah.
Wrong there.
So you can wipe that. You've taken the fallout. Now with 8 stress, the detective did have some armor, so they're not dead, but they're knocked down. So you have a free shot at this, Outis. So you'll get to do that. But Rakk gets 1 action and Garanhon gets 1 action first. So Rakk,
can I yell at them to run?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, Rakk?
Do I hear the run?
Run or take cover.
Okay, I'm wrapping up. I'm gonna wrap up the waiter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like basically like a baby. It's like hold on. It's like hold on to me, baby. I'm gonna leap out of the window with him.
All right, that's probably evade or delve or endure, depending on.
I have all of those.
Okay. Yeah, you pick what that informs your approach. How are you graceful and acrobatic? Are you powering through it? Are you just parkouring to get as much speed as possible?
See, I'm gonna be graceful about it.
All right, that's evade then. Evade plus Haven or Warren.
Okay.
Because you were warned, this is a standard difficulty, which doesn't matter. Yep.
I can't fucking dice bot, you
Yep.
fucking bastard.
Yep. So you're caught.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, my physical dice have not been treating me much better.
Valanthe made their action. Rakk made your action. Garanhon, you can give me another delve check to see if you make it to the top just in time to hear that. Well, you'll have actually two actions. You'll have a chance to climb to the top and then do one thing before Outis shoves the book in.
Let's see if I even make it. So, I critically
You make the shit out of it.
All right, so you just like find the perfect handhold and like
and the
hurl
pistons
yourself
in my bones just straight
You
up.
like big O piston punch yourself up to the.
You're in the basement. The turnstile's right there. It looks like they tried to chisel it out. It's partially removed, but you can actually pick it up and grab it. And
Son of a bitch.
yeah, but then you hear that it's gonna blow. You don't know what Outis is doing up there. Now you can make an endure check to try and just protect the turnstile with your body and leave it intact, or you can make another delve check, but it's going to be risky to grab the turnstile and take it out of the building to safety.
I still have my shield with me, so I'll basically place
Turtle
the
up.
shield. Yeah, I'll turtle up, basically place the shield in front of me and just hold on for dear life.
Okay. So the way this is going to work, Outis, I assume you shoved it. Please narrate what it's like to shove a extra dimensional source of information to an indescribable cosmic infovore monster, which is this spherical thing with an infinity fractal mouths and eyes, and it's really hungry, really wants that book.
Well, Outis is having sudden, very visceral flashbacks to the weird surgery that he got his friends to help him do to reach some strange self-understanding earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Only like imagining being awake the whole time for some reason, and also imagining that layered on top of what it felt like to not exist before he existed, and layered that on top of just the sort of rage and feeling of like betrayal at himself that he's currently mired in, and then kind of a feeling of like if your muscle and skin suddenly really didn't like each other and were trying to push each other apart. Sort of a combination of those feelings.
It doesn't sound very good.
But you know, if you're trying to spit in the eye of an extra dimensional creature that basically created you so you could experience the feeling of having everything constantly taken from you by it, you know, you take what you get.
You take what you get.
You take the good, you take the bad.
Yeah.
Facts of life.
Yeah. So for you, you're just going to take D10 brutal. So and then you'll have to make an endure or delve check to minimize the impact as you are knocked clear into the next building. And that'll determine how much additional stress you take, and you can take multiple fall from this. So yeah, this is obviously going to be blood. Well, actually, you know what? I'll let you choose. Is this going to be echo or blood?
Echo's weirder, so I'm going to go with echo.
All right, still brutal though somehow.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So that's 7 echo. What does that put you at?
9.
Okay. All right.
Us loves this part.
Yeah, that is minor echo fallout. And let's see here. And go ahead and give me a let's see here. A risky endure or evade check to really tank the damage, the shock damage as you were thrown clear from the explosion.
What would the domain be?
Haven or Warren.
Okay, so
let's see. You're
nope, I fail.
Oh no.
all right. So your skin blisters and bubbles. When you take blood stress, take an extra D4 as the boils split and burst. Basically magical radiation. So, yep.
What's it called?
Bubbos.
Bubbos.
Yep.
Okay.
Like
Bubo.
plague bubbos.
Buboes, yeah.
Bubos.
Bubos.
Yep.
Like bubonic plague.
All right.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
I watch videos.
All right. So that's 7 blood stress. What does that put you at?
That 7 plus
And the
5 or 12.
All right. I think this is gonna. Yeah. All right. Major blood fallout. So.
Welcome to the party.
See, karma exists. I get what I deserve.
I'm gonna say you're not. Down is too easy. You're not gonna be knocked out. You have a broken arm. So yeah, you can't. Your arm smashes into the wall of the building next to the halfway house. You see bones stick out from it, just through your skin. You cannot use the arm until it heals, which will make some risks risky or dangerous, and others impossible.
You lost. Hey, you got the exact same thing I did. You lost an arm.
Well,
Yeah, like I said, karma.
yeah, yours. Mechanically, it's different though. So
It's the same thing. Let's just accept that and move on.
okay. So let's see here. Valanthe, you're behind a table. You have some cover. You can give me evade or endure to mitigate the amount of. You're farther away, so this is just going to be blood. So.
And bits of sick.
Yeah.
And bits of sick.
And I think Rakk already got out of the building, right?
No, I failed the roll.
Yeah. You failed the roll too?
No, you succeeded.
Yeah. You're out of the building with the waiter, I believe.
I know.
Yeah.
No. You're right. You did fail. I just looked at your last.
Yeah.
Did I give you fallout for that?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
You did
All
give
right,
him
so
fallout.
you're all right. So not just Valanthe and then Garanhon. So
Okay.
Valanthe.
All right. So I have the picture in my head of Rakk grabbing the waiter, jumping, smacking into the window, not managing to make it through.
Well, it's like I'm not used to having one functioning arm.
Yeah. So I'm going to grab the excuse me. Grab the chair that's on its side by this table, throw it in front of me, and defenestrate myself, and then scream at Rakk afterwards, I broke the window for ya!
All right. Unfortunately, that is a fail.
Or not!
Yep.
Ugh.
Damn it.
Plong. What did we make these windows out of?
All right, so that's 6 blood stress for you. What does that put you at? Is that 6? Or
Nope.
yeah, because I think
that is 6.
Yeah,
Because
'cause
I
you have-
did clear on the last.
Yep. You're fine. I mean, you just take it. You don't have any fallout from it. So that's something. Let's see here, and finally, Garanhon. The building's collapses on you, or is going to. How are you? You have the turnstile. Let's see here. And you did get a critical in your last roll, so you will get to upgrade this.
Oh, nice.
Well, it'll be a standard roll instead of a risky roll for you. So,
Cool.
So, are you delve to power through the basement door and up through and just run out the front door, or delve to get around and climb out the way you came, to get outside of it, evade to parkour, to just jump around athletically. How do you see Garanhon getting out of the halfway house before it explodes and everything falls on you? Because it's going to be really fucking bad if you stay in that basement. Like, it's going to be really fucking bad.
And you could absolutely say no on this.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the silly dumb idea, since it would be a good, I feel it would be a good intro for my new ability or my new toy. Because of the last one I got. So I took the major ability, Dragon Killer, which basically gives me a sword that I can either have set for one target or a very large target. So basically, I get a D10 damage on it instead. So,
okay.
So instead of doing that, or something with a delve specifically, you use the giant killer side of the sword, which I've not yet named, to basically cleave my way out.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Using kill.
Okay, so this will be a standard kill plus
Warren
to cut through the. Now here's the thing: if you need to get a roll at least a 6 on that D10 in order to cut through all the rubble without any issues. If you get less than that, I'll figure out how much stress you'll take from it.
Okay, so I will do that. All right, come on, new sword. Technically, I have your name in turn, but I won't.
And this is just a standard because you got a critical in the last one.
That's cool. So, all right. So, Dicebot, come on, be kind.
Yay!
6, barely, but I got it.
Okay, so you'll take some stress regardless. You know
That's
what?
cool.
I'm going to say this is going to be mind stress because you have the turnstile in hand and you're like, oh god, I need to protect it. Ah! It's very stressful to be there. So I'm going to say that's a D6 mind stress. Just one.
Okay.
So you're fine. I assume you only have one mind stress right now.
Yep, that's all I have.
All right, so you need to roll at least a 6, or you'll take.
And I'm rolling a D10 on my damage, so.
A 6 or
So it's, I assume cutting that through a building considers facing off against a giant-sized foe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll allow it. All right.
Yeah! I think you cut through 2 doors at once.
Oh my god! So yeah, basically the visual of that is holding the turnstile at one end. I take the sword out, flick its switch. It just starts. Steam comes off of it. It starts to rearrange itself, sliding into a larger format. It's like that is sharp and blunt on the edge, and I just slice through the end wall of the. That's like of the basement, blowing out one of the other sides. It's near the cliff and just stepping out from it, holding the turnstile and that the giant blade across my back.
Nice.
Well, someone's having fun.
I wasn't leaving the turnstile or the den liner behind. I just guided it. Thank you.
All right, so the halfway house is now gone. It is.
Fuck the portal. He tainted it.
Yeah.
I'm destroying everything.
What happened?
Yeah, the rubble, there's this huge cloud of ash from the rubble as the building collapses. You are all basically everyone is fleeing. There's chaos around you. The 4 of you find each other in the street out front of it. Frederick you actually see his legs under the rubble. And it looks like the house finally did swallow him whole.
Not quite. His legs are sticking out.
No, they
I'm
only
going to
half
push-
swallowed him.
Yeah.
I'm going to push them the rest of the way in.
Hey, the house is saving those for later.
Oh, okay. So
Good grief.
you're all battered and limp off. But yeah, no one realized. You have no sight of the detective who seemed to know where you were. Obviously, Outis, you have destroyed something important to your masters.
Yeah.
And you all need to get the fuck away from here before anyone realizes it. Hey, blame those guys. There's some of the hounds survive. They'll probably be able to piece it together later.
I feel like I'm still holding on to the waiter just out of.
Oh yeah. The waiter is just terrified. He's like, "Can you put me down, please?"
No, seriously, what happened?
Like
I'll
some
tell you-
asshat shot me.
Yeah, sorry, that was meant for me. That's I'll see if I can. We should probably get somewhere.
Somewhere?
Yeah, somewhere not here. I don't know.
Where exactly do you suggest?
I could try and talk to Therese. She's a friend. She was a friend. She was nice.
Yeah, you could head to the tower.
Or like your wine merchant friend, maybe. I don't know. We're kind of homeless now. Sorry, it was tainted by the otherworldly force that wants to use me for all its stupid plans. So I shoved its book in its ass.
Hey, I'm still holding the waiter. I hug him like, hey, it's okay. We've all got our crosses to bear.
Darman is the name of the wine merchant.
Yeah. I mean, if we don't want to impose on Darman, that this is my fault. So
you can head. So you head to Therese's place, not SAPS itself, not the Society of the Advancement of Pugilistic Sciences, at the tower. So the four of you limp. Well, actually, the three of you limp because Garanhon, you're fine. You're fine.
Fucking Venkman strolling out of the exploded marshmallow man.
So,
Garanhon, how are you?
I feel
I'm good.
Outis is covered in plague boils, essentially, and his arm is broken badly. Dripping blood. Rakk has a critical injury also in his arm. His sword arm is limp. And Valanthe is bleeding. So they look like they've gone through hell in the few minutes that you haven't seen each other. And you fell down a cliff.
See if I can at least.
Yeah.
I know. Do you want me to stop in an alley so we can at least set some bones?
No time for that. We'll set bones later.
Yeah.
I think
what part of the fuzz are looking for us did you miss?
Yeah,
let's move.
Apparently. Oh, right, you were downstairs for I don't know. From what Frederick started to say before I got mad and blew up the place. Barged in and blew up the place. It sounded like they faked our deaths and also and since there was a detective that had a gun to my head or back or wherever, it sounds like they had people looking for us. So I don't know. Fucking. This is what I get. This is what I get for trying to help a stranger. This of course it's webs within webs. It's fucking interdimensional. Awful. I'm sorry. I don't mean to besmirch spiders. That was on me. But bad webs. I don't know.
Sometimes helping strangers is a good thing. Isn't that right? Still holding on to the waiter.
Yeah. Are you not going to let me down?
I don't like. Well, before I do, you have to do one thing for me.
What?
And you better make it really good.
Uh-huh.
What kind of food were you serving in that place?
Oh.
Give me your special spiel.
Our special of the day was meat pies made from we had pies. Yes. Sheep.
I'm actually gonna listen. You don't have to. I just listen. Like, how good does that sound?
Mutton pies.
And I was like, and how could I improve on it?
Yes. The way he describes it, it sounds like a above average pie. It's actually the kind of hearty meal the hounds enjoy. It was a hound bar. So you.
Well then, okay. Then in that case, I don't feel bad anymore. Everyone, I blew up a cop bar. You are welcome.
What he tells me, like, that sounds pretty good, but listen, like if you ever reopen, like here's my advice, and I tell him like how I would make it go from above average to quite good.
You got to use more of the blood. That's the trick.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll see if
it's like repeat it back to me. Can he?
Yeah. He takes orders without a notebook. He's got a very good memory.
I'm just gonna pat him on his head, like, you're gonna go far in this world. Now off you go, you rapscallion.
Okay, thanks. So the waiter leaves.
I imagine Rakk uses a much better quantity of blood than most chefs.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta know.
Really. Yeah.
Blood is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Works in baking. It works in frying. It's it's great.
Yeah. Actually, I'll turn to you. Like, hey, how bad is it's on my back? How bad is the wound?
I mean, I think there's some muscle damage. It doesn't look great. I'm sorry, I got you shot.
Yeah, just let me just hold on for a second and let me at least do something. So if nothing else, I have the staple gun.
There better not be any metal parts in there.
The staples are metal.
With a mend, you can
do...
only heal stress. You cannot heal fallout without spending resources.
No, it's fine. Oh, is the stress already reduced, or
I don't know. I don't know what their stress is right now.
I have no more blood stress now, do I?
Yeah, no, the blood stress got cleared.
Okay, never mind. So
yeah.
So I remember, and I had mind stress, which I completely cleared up last session.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so anything could be done now, or should we just go on?
Yeah, you need a proper doctor with proper tools to set the bones and clean all the wounds and disinfect everything. And this is not something you can do. This is not just bandaging a wound. This is you may need surgery for some of these.
I have some wild occult drugs I could trade to a very reputable doctor to see about getting you stitched up.
Yeah.
That's all I got left, I think.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good.
So
I could stitch you up if I had a place to work.
So even you, Valanthe, you can only heal stress. You can heal, actually. I would allow minor, at least you're bleeding, because you take another blood stress, by the way, because you are bleeding. What does that put you at?
That is going to put me at 7.
All right, well, clear that as you take more fallout, because guess what? Bleeding sucks. Yep.
I mean, when it's you.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here.
Okay, I really feel the need to reiterate. How did I literally fall off a cliff and everybody else got way more hurt than I did?
We were in a house.
I did
that
some things.
Exploded.
You are now tired.
I had accounts to settle.
Yeah, you did. And you had to do it in a hurry. Yeah.
You know what I did? I closed my tab. That's what I fucking did.
You really did.
And how?
Let's see here. Actually, I had a whole plot with that. Halfway house blown up.
Sorry, Ross.
Hey, it's 2 plot points with one bird, one stone, with one explosion. So Valanthe, you are now tired. You cannot gain extra dice from skills anymore.
Oof.
Yep. Because you're feeling kind of lightheaded for some weird reason.
Okay,
maybe you should drive.
Yeah.
Let's get to.
So you get to.
Actually, I think it's going to be. Oh, okay, good. We've made it to safety, ish. In that case, just melt.
I feel a bit lightheaded. Maybe you should.
So Outis, what does Theresa's place look like?
I mean, I imagine she has I'm gonna go with sort of an apartment that's above a little market area, not like a shopping district, but like a place where there's like a little underground market that pops up like in the evenings.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of a not overly fancy, but well appointed. Because she's trying to she makes a good business at her work at Saps, and so but doesn't look to draw too much attention to herself.
Yeah. So yeah, you all stick out like a sore thumb, bleeding and trailing debris and dust as you go. You get a lot of odd stares. But the Therese sees all of you coming because she hears the commotion outside. Just get in, outside. Come on, hurry. Yep. She flips a coin to a few people and whistles at them and points at the blood, and a few errant children start cleaning it up for her. So I heard an explosion. Yes.
Yeah, I would have sent a bird messenger ahead, but I broke one of my arms. Could we trouble you to see if you could maybe call one of the fight stitcher dudes that you know?
Yes.
Yeah, thanks.
You've been here before, Outis. Under what circumstances were you here?
I would just closed down the bars one evening, before the last time we left on our big delve, or probably on our most recent big delve before we disappeared. So yeah, just help it. She let me crash here when I was too messed up on weird drug spiked ale to hobble my way back to the halfway house.
Yeah. So she is quite happy. Well, not happy, but she is Very,
Hey, did
very
they say that
cool face. Yeah, very poker face.
Did they tell you that we died?
That was what I heard. Yes.
Oh, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting about that. I wasn't sure I believed it because.
Good. Thank you.
This
I appreciate
Baldari
it.
fellow's story. Well, it seemed very uncharacteristic of you all to gift someone for saving you, and the story he told was that he saved you all for terrible fate, and that you were all so grateful of his great skill and bravery that you gifted him the halfway house.
I decided not to assassinate him for somebody, and his repayment was to stab me in the back and steal my home, which, to be fair, was probably only ended up in my hands because of the dark machinations of extra dimensional whatnot. But
you don't need to look. That was the public story, but
I got shot.
you did get shot.
I asked around, and actually, it turns out he was just a sap who did know you. Apparently, he seemed rather credible about knowing you. He described you in detail, and Vinmir, coin in hand, got a hold of him. You see that? Remember that duelist you killed, Rakk?
Oh yeah,
I do remember that.
Yeah,
I named a drink after you after that.
Yes, he was the favorite of Vinmir, coins in hand, a high elf merchant, and apparently Vinmir's people heard about this Baldari who knew about you, and they got a hold of him, and then they a day later they came up with this story. He was doing this was all just a scheme to get back at you for killing his favorite duelist. He was actually waiting for you to show up so he could force you to do something or buy back your own house at a high price.
Is that why the drow cop tried to stop me from blowing up the book that enslaves me to the cosmic horror?
Oh no, I wouldn't know about that. I do.
It's all connected. Everything's connected.
Well, there's. I know that the hounds. That's a hound bar, and if there was a cop waiting there for you, there's probably because they talked to Vida. She's a blind beggar woman, but she.
That sounds familiar.
She has. If you listen to her enough, she can tell you. Seems to predict the future. Yeah. Yeah, their prophecies, her Vita's prophecies are a bit esoteric, but I do know there's a detective. He's quite good at deciphering them. So, yeah, they probably knew that you were coming and were judging from the sound of the explosion. I guess we're trying to stop whatever it is you just did. And,
well, I mean, ironically, I wouldn't have done that there if they hadn't been dicks about it.
Well, they.
So in a very real sort of way, this is kind of their fault.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you think about
had
it.
Had they not tried to stop us.
I just wanted to talk to Baldari. Bunch of assholes.
Well,
oh, well.
We just wanted to talk. It's not... Look, they
wasn't there.
I
wasn't there. I can't. I'll have to take your word for it.
Don't worry about it. I'm working through my attachment issues.
Boy, you are, aren't you? So
we're gonna need to find a new place soon.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So, out of character, anybody with resources can spend them to remove fallout. Let's see here. Healing fallout is basically using skills, removing ongoing fallout. A D6 to remove a minor fallout, and a D8 resource to downgrade a major to a minor.
I have a D8 that I will gift to you, Rakk, since you getting shot was entirely my fault.
And I have 2d6s that I will burn to get rid of all of mine.
Well, you have 3 actually. You're also unlucky from last.
Well,
session.
I didn't think that I could burn one for that, could I?
It's fortunate you could. I think you can. It's just you're going to a temple to pray to get your luck back, essentially.
Unanger the gods.
But probably bleeding and tired is a little more relevant. You know, you get a blood transfusion and your wound stitched up. Okay. So that'll take you some time. So Rakk, if you're getting that downgraded, so let's take a look at your blood. Let's see here. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say your critical injury becomes battered, which is a minor fallout. Your dominant hand is injured. You stop the bleeding, but it's of limited use right now. Any offensive action you make in combat becomes risky. Any tests that require fine dexterity are out of the question. So if you have a D6 resource, you can get rid of that, or you can just
Yeah,
you do.
I do.
Okay, well then you get rid of that. That'll take some while to go. And Outis, you've got all kinds of things wrong with you now.
I like to think it's a cool surgery scene with a street doc.
Oh yeah. They basically Theresa's not in the apartment. So you go out. She has a small courtyard in her apartment. She's well enough to do that. That is concrete, or is stone. And she has her own cistern or access to the cistern. So they lay out a blanket for you to lie on, or a cot. And he works on you in this small courtyard, and there's a lot of bleeding and grunting. Well, how do you bear it, there, Rakk?
Oh, if I have to stay, do I have to stay awake for it?
It's up to you.
If I stay awake, I'll be chatting with him while he's doing it.
Okay. He is she is an old, tired fight doc. She is no longer surprised by. She's rather seems annoyed at you a little bit. You get a sense from her that she's dealt with enough of these, fighters who are so desensitized to pain that they can chat through it. And
during I'm gonna go if you want me to scream or grunt or something, if that'll make you more comfortable, I'll do that.
No, it's not that. You're not going to second guess me or backseat surgeon, are you?
Like, you're the expert.
Yeah, okay, good. A lot of them get very picky. You don't have any markings or tattoos or ritual scars or anything else you just need preserved?
No, does that happen a lot?
Oh God, you have no idea. They always want everything preserved.
Actually, I'm gonna listen to her problems.
All right, she just vents about her problems. I'm
gonna lend a sympathetic ear. Like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, these fighters are prima donnas, and they want everything preserved, and they want it to be done faster and better. And you're a hack, and they want me to be impressed by their inability to feel pain. You know
what, Ross? Like, I'm going to feel better at this, but I want her to feel better at the end of this too.
Okay,
that's my goal.
Oh yeah, you don't have to roll. Yes, you become a sympathetic ear, and you have the compel skill, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you don't have to roll, but you know how to listen, be an active listener, and be a good listener, a sympathetic ear. You know how to do that, and yeah, she's actually. Well, you're just if they were only, we're done here. It's going to be sensitive for a while, but I don't suppose that'll bother you.
I can work the arm, like, I can move it again. That's an improvement already.
Yeah. If only they were all as nice as you, but don't get shot there again.
Oh, I'm going to try my best. But you know me, weird things happen.
Yeah, well, good luck to whatever it is you're doing, and I don't want to know whatever it is you do.
I guess that I just pay her the resources then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I your work is impeccable. I'm very grateful.
Okay. Valanthe, she also, the same doc, also stitches you up and has a transfusion of blood.
As I'm leaving when it's your turn, like, hey, she's good people.
That's lovely. Hello, madam.
Well, it's not as bad as you. You've just been bleeding a while. This won't take very long. And I have some blood from a universal donor, so I'll just go and set that up. That's why you're so lightheaded. But I'm glad.
Oh, that would explain that, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You are so nice.
We are the best patients ever.
Yeah,
You have got the gentlest hands. Did you know that?
Well, I work with a lot of nerves and other delicate tissue. These high-performance fighters need every sinew preserved as perfectly as possible. So
Oh, no. We don't need that. Just as long as the stitches are good, as long as the scar is relatively small, I trust you. And you're
What?
very good at your job, and we appreciate everything you do.
well, I never half-ass anything. So every patient gets the same treatment, but my patients are usually those with coin and wounds they don't like explaining to others.
So I don't know if it costs. Can we arrange like a nice gift basket for her when she leaves?
Yeah, there's a market right outside. There's sundry goods out there. You don't have to spend any resources, but you can pick out a small gift basket. What kind of things are you getting for the doc?
So I was listening to her basically to get ideas for what she likes.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. Could I roll a discern to see if I
Sure.
picked anything up?
This is important, Ross. This is very important.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
Okay. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm picking some names. Her name is Roseglass. She is a gnoll.
Oh well, I like her. I like her even more.
Underground fighting arena surgeon. I'll let you choose. What kind of food is she into? Or Otis, did you make your check?
I made a 6.
Yeah, I mean it's just a discern. There's no penalty or there's no stress.
Yeah.
So
I think I've got the perfect idea, if you don't mind me interjecting.
Oh, go ahead.
Like, a lady like this, she needs a day to pamper herself, so we'll get her a bottle of wine, perhaps some bath salts, not the kind you snort, the kind you actually throw into a bath,
And some meat. She's definitely a meat, I can tell.
Well, she's a gnoll, so obviously yes, but we'll get her the good kinds, the tidbits, like she can just nibble them while she's enjoying that lovely bath and sipping the blood wine.
Okay, yes, she is quite thankful. Well, yes, thank you. It was I meant Theresa. I was a bit annoyed when you called to be called out here, but it's a little far. But this more than makes up for it. Thank you, and thank you all for being so nice. If you ever need another doctor,
thank you. Thank you for being you.
Yeah, Theresa knows how to get a hold of me, or if you stop by the tower, you can ask around, or you can send a messenger out from there to find me. I'm on call.
We may partake of your services again. Thank you so much.
Yes, I can see that. So yes, thank you. Yeah.
But the moment she leaves, I'm like, all right, I will kill anyone who ever tries to wrong her ever.
I figured you would feel that way, and you know,
I think she seems nice too.
Yeah.
Very delicate touch.
And I'm not kidding. I will literally kill them.
Yeah.
No, that seems wise.
So meanwhile, all this has been going on, Garanhon. I assume you've been looking at the turnstile and your new little gizmo.
I've been looking at and basically saying like, all right, this is supposed to port in some way. So in order to be able to do this, and thankfully my screwdriver set survived the implosion. So. I've been constantly just prodding and trying to attach it in one way or the other.
Yeah. So you can go and give me a discern plus technology check.
Okay.
To see what you can figure out, where to go from here, basically.
Okay.
Because your Otis destroyed your best lead.
Actually, has he told me what happened exactly yet?
I mean, you saw the explosion, the energy wave that destroyed hang station, or at least your ability to communicate with the computer, that emanated from Otis. At this point, out of character, Otis, didn't you tell the others about Zaradoth, or at least that?
Yeah. No, I mean, Otis, at least with his friends, is very free with his backstory of, I was half of my life is imaginary, and I was invented by an otherworldly force that, et cetera, et cetera.
And that's going to get you.
I would feel weird.
From us.
Yeah,
I would feel weird, having these guys live with me and them not know that would be rude.
Yeah,
friends are never rude to each other.
Well, I did get you shot.
Hey, things happen. Blood and water under the bridge.
I appreciate that. Although you shouldn't hug too hard. I'm still covered in pustules.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, yes, about that. We should probably...
I wouldn't worry about it for now. It's fine. I don't have anything to pay for treatment right now anyway, so I'm going to be like this for a bit.
Okay.
You make it look
So
good.
Look, I got what I wanted out of today, and everybody is mostly all right, so that's great.
So
By the way, actually, feeling at the base of my skull, like, is there any change to the implant thing?
No.
Having blown up the book.
No, the book may have been linked to it, but it did not destroy it.
Damn it!
Yeah, you destroyed something important, not the only thing important to you.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah. So
I made a 7 on my roll.
Okay, so what are you most concerned with right now? You've lost your ability to communicate with the conductor, but you know the conductor told you that Zaradoth is the threat to the network. Hold on.
Alistair's fainting again.
Oh, Alistair.
Alistair, we love you.
Don't tell me he left us like right now.
Now recall.
I mean, I have a local recording too.
Yeah.
So.
Give Alistair a gift basket too.
Yeah, we love Alistair. So yeah, what are you most concerned with? In terms of are you trying to? You don't know anything about Zaradoth. You know very little about Zaradoth, the enemy, and you don't know why he wants to destroy the network or what he wants to harness. Well, that's the thing. Is like, what would Zaradoth want with a train network?
Yeah, that's at least the concern from this, and especially since none of us have heard of this guy before, right?
Yeah, so those are two areas. So you can't really answer Zaradoth by looking at your equipment. You can't try and figure out what he would want with the train network.
But
you can't really. So you only get some information. But yeah, so sorry, go on.
But I'm hoping, that at least maybe the train style again. The turnstile is again my hopes for a way into the Vermissian in certain ways. So. Could there be a possibility for library cars? A place where we could at least obtain that information along the Vermissian stations.
What you do realize, you're able to access some information previously unavailable to that's embedded in the turnstile thanks to your new resource. You don't expend it, of course. You're just able to access it. And sorry, I am just looking for something.
No worries. Processing.
Well, I have a theory. And if I can surmise it just a little bit, and I just want to make sure you guys understand where I'm coming from when I say this. Outis and Garanhon, the two of you have had a very singular focus each since the day we met.
Yeah, that's
Outis, you've been dead set against your former patron, against this Zaradoth. No matter what this Zaradoth does, you really want to thwart him.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if I'm thwarting him or doing what he wants, though.
Zaradoth.
It's been right there at the very forefront of everything you do, whereas Garanhon has been doing everything for his patron, for the conductor. And we know that the two are linked somehow. Their destinies are intertwined, and this is what I see from the middle of the web. This is what I can see from what the heart is showing me. And that is that your destinies are also intertwined. So if you work together, you can thwart Zaradoth and help the conductor both at the same time.
Well, I'm not actually sure what good I am at the moment, since the thing at the base of my skull is still there, which means that anything that you do is clearly on some level it's aware of.
And just to be clear, as much as I want to, that's like assist the conductor, it's also for personal knowledge on there in order to, it's like the potential for increasing the Vermissian too. So,
yes, personal knowledge, but it's always been through the conductor. No matter what information that we have found, you've said, I wonder how this is going to apply for my search for the conductor. I wonder what the conductor would make out of this. Marsha. You have been focused on the conductor since the very beginning.
Yes, and the that's like as in the Vermissian as a whole too. So if you can, that's like, but you know, let me have at least my own particular obsessions in this area. But it's like you do.
So you're saying you're not obsessing with the conductor?
I am obsessing on my own obsessions.
And the conductor is clearly not one of them.
Yes, voice.
Yeah. No. Please continue. I just when you're done. Tree network. So, but yeah. So Garanhon, you realize Valanthe does make a good point. You do need, with Outis's help, Outis is now your only lead on learning about Zaradoth, which you also need to do. So, you realize you can't figure out what Zaradoth plans to use the train network until you learn about Zaradoth. But what you do figure out, there is one place you can go, there's another place you can go to reestablish contact with the conductor and to learn more. Would you like to know more? You've wanted to visit this place anyway, but now with the turnstile and your resource, well, actually, here's you'll have to actually expend that resource if you want it. But you can use that resource to get a map to Terminus. Terminus, the trains have to stop somewhere. In Terminus, one of the fabled nexus devices of the Vermissian network sits on a grand central turntable on which trains would enter and rotate to face their next line.
Ooh, does it rotate across dimensions?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going, oh, no.
Oh, why not? This sounds fascinating.
This is tier 3. So, that, yeah, this is, very, very far, it would be quite a delve to get there, but that would be the place to go to reestablish contact with the conductor. No one could stop you there. Outis, it's the fucking, but also it's the Terminus. You found if you burn that resource, you can find a way to the, you can basically turn the turnstile into a map. It'll rotate on its own. And the patterns that in the way that it rotates will inform you of which path to take. It'll guide you to the Terminus.
Yes. So this is what I've been working towards.
So once now all you need to do, at least along the way to getting to Terminus, is learn about Zaradoth. If you learn about Zaradoth, you can figure out what he would want to do with the train network.
I mean, I have a thought if I'm understanding what Terminus is.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's other ways of learning about Zaradoth. He is, but that is definitely one way. I mean, there are ways. Yeah, there's many ways to learn about Terminus. But yeah, you have Valanthe. You have definitely delivered a crucial message on behalf of the Heart.
You delivered a message, all right.
Let me ask you this, Garanhon. Do you still want to keep working with Outis, even though he did set you back?
You know what? Setbacks are absolutely going to happen, and I understand that he's trying to at least break free of this whole situation.
I don't know if you should work with me, because although it doesn't puppet control me through the thing in my neck, it's clearly aware enough to fuck with your shit. And I worry about that. If I know where we're going, does that mean it's
you're a critical link to what we're already doing. So this is we're going to actually take. That's so you are going to be a part of my plans, and that's to help out the conductor as much as it is to figuring out who you are and taking down this master. So I don't abandon my friends, even if they might have blown up my basement.
Yeah. Valanthe, what were you saying?
Outis, just please look at me and listen to me, and please hear what I have to say.
Hear me now and believe me later.
There are powers in this world that are beyond our ken. You have one that is working against you, Garanhon that has one that is working for him, and understand that mine says that we need to work together, all of us. The heart wants what it wants, and we have to do whatever we can to fulfill the heart's desire. So when you look at the extra planar forces that are at play here, it's 2 against 1. You're outvoted.
I mean, that's no, look, that the fact that those other forces are there is kind of the only thing that gives me comfort. That the thing that
I would say there's even a
created
third.
me to ruin my life, like isn't in control of everything is the only good thing about being alive.
Oh no, we all serve a higher power of some sort. I'm sure that if we get right down to Rakk's religious movements and beliefs, he's going to tell us about the hunt and what it means to him, and
he's
he
going to
may
kill that
even
big
tell
worm.
us about the. Yes,
There's
he is
really-
going to kill that big worm.
Well, there's really no religion to it. I hunt and kill things.
Rakk, just go with it. Just go with me. Come on.
Like, are we doing a thing?
Apparently.
Yes, we're doing a thing.
Oh yes, it's very religious.
Spiritual.
It's very spiritually. Yes, all that.
See, there you go, Outis. 3 against 1.
Look, I'm not saying I don't want to help. I just worry about what my help brings with it, is all I'm saying.
All right. Would it make you feel better if we poked a hole in your head and got that implanty thing out?
I'm not in a hurry for that right now. I've got a toehold already, and I'm pretty sure that will eventually explode my head. So let's just work with what we got for the moment.
Literally put a pin in it for a moment.
Yeah, we'll do that. But just so
I
you
can't do
know,
that.
when the time comes, we will do whatever we can to make you feel better, to make this work for you.
No, I know. I trust you guys, and literally almost no one else. I also trust Therese. She's nice.
You're our friend. That's what friends
Glass.
do.
Rose Glass is also cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Rose Glass is wonderful. But that's the thing. We're friends, and that's what friends do. We kill for each other. We bleed for each other. We stack the bodies like cordwood for each other. And then we get each other out of situations where everything looks too happy and sunny.
Yeah. Oh, God, no, that place was weird.
We can all agree on that, yes?
Oh, you guys didn't even go up high in the tower. They were just constantly like asking what they could do for me and not leaving me alone. Like,
They offered
me
research
scones.
grants.
Yeah,
Buttered scones.
They kept trying to give me money for research, as though you're not supposed to suffer in deprivation in exchange for knowledge. It was ugh. If my skin wasn't already full of weird boils, it would be crawling at the thought.
It's a very so you all spend hours talking. Therese brings in some food from the market. It is bagels.
Thank you. I promise I will make this up to you somehow.
It is mostly street food thing, various kebabbed and skewered and grilled meats and vegetables, heavily spiced, but with some fried bread of also spiced, and a couple of noodle dishes. It's very cheap and very hearty, and
six-eyed fish on a skewer, my favorite.
Yeah, pretty much that kind of thing.
Oh, and would you look at this? They also have some of that bread stuff. It's got the butter and the sugary things on top of it. What do they call it? The pixie bread. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is so lovely.
They also have deep fried memory moss people. They're tiny little people that they deep fried after they look like people.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, the memory moss. It does things based on the recollections of people nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I did, but I'm not sure I'm comfortable I am with the person flavored moss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Therese actually hands you one that looks like you, Garanhon.
Aw.
What flavor? What flavor is it?
Let's see. It's sponge cake flavor too, because it's absolutely replicating the primary flavor of the Vendamats.
Garanhon can have a little sponge cake himself as a treat. So so all of you you all eventually fall asleep on couches or cots in the courtyard, because apartment's not enough for all 4 of you. Yeah.
I'm fine with sleeping outside. It's nice.
Yeah. Unseasonably warm, you might say. But the
reflecting reality much.
I don't know what you're talking about. So the next day passes, and you realize you're going to have to delve all the way to tier 3 if you want to get to Terminus. And just so you know, to remind you, Rakk needs some things if he wants to forge his spear. So the easiest thing are the tools. They're just metalworking tools. That would be probably you need it to if you just have a D10 resource, you could just buy them. They're high quality is what you need. Or so you need to or 2 D6 I guess would count. Well, no, you need 3 D6 because 3 to 8 to 10. So
I can't remember. Did any of you take the occult Haven dog tags that I gathered up?
I think you spent those.
We did spend those.
Yeah, and Goran. I think you used it to buy the spare head.
Okay.
You need a heat source, something that can melt metal. And then you need blooded metal. And then you need to go to a place of slaughter to forge it. So now if you just want to get some money to buy some tools, you could do a pit fight real quick. There's where to go to do that, Rakk. I'll just say if I can just pick someone for you to fight, and if you win, you get the tools. Now the heat source, you'll need something you can carry because you haven't found a place for it. And putting your heads together, you realize you could find a place on the way to Terminus. There's lots of places of slaughter. So you just need a portable heat source and some blooded metal. Now, obviously, Garanhon might have some thoughts on coming up with a portable heat source. And blooded metal, you can scavenge along the way because there's plenty of battlefields with old broken swords and shit like that.
What?
Yeah. But yeah, you probably the best way to start for your quest for your spear, Tom, is to get some money so you can buy yourself some metalworking tools. Because basically the spears, you have the bones for it, but you need to have metal to make it a single weapon, like to link them together. Because can't really. I mean, I guess you could use wood, but that you would need blooded wood.
Come on, what?
Yeah.
What do I look? What do I look like? What do I look like? A tree hugger?
Yeah, you'd have to get. I mean, you'd have to get one tree and beat a lot of people to death with it. Let it soak in blood for a long time, and then you could carve around it to embed the. Yeah, it's just easier to use metal.
Who's got time for that?
I mean, you could put wood around the metal for extra shock absorption, so there's nothing wrong with that. But I'll just count that as part of the tools. But basically, you need to they're bones. They're not going to magically stick together. That's why you need the metal to sort of glue all the bone bits together.
Plenty of opportunities along the way.
Yeah, so you need the tools, and you need money for the tools. So how do you want to get the money? Pit fight's easiest, but there's plenty of ways to earn money in Derelictus. You could do a heist. You could do a job. And also you could all just do a job just so you all get some spending money before you go on a big ass delve.
Well, you had me at heist.
Yeah.
I was going to point out that we do know the person that how do we say this and not sound mean? The one who set us up as far as our house, the one who was behind that one duelist and kind of sort of caused all of this.
The guy that Teresa was talking about yesterday.
Venmir coins in hand. A high elf merchant. He is well protected, obviously, and then he is a trader who specializes in buying things from delvers and taking them up into Spire to sell at a high price. So he is well guarded.
He's that guy.
You would be very, very, very hard for you to brute force your way in. So you need some kind of plan. But yeah, we can get started on that and figure out how you want to do that. Yeah, first let's get some information on Venmir. Figure out where he goes, what he does. Like, I give you the basic information for free. So, like, what kind of heist?
I would say maybe not him personally, but what about his treasure vault?
Oh yeah, he definitely he does have a mansion in Derelictus.
If his whole thing is ferrying stuff out of town, like he's not going to do that himself. It's not going to be him handing things off personally.
Yeah, so two options: one, hit his treasure vault, or one, hit one of the shipments. But you probably only need to do one. Yeah. So,
he took our house. We blew up the house. Now we're going to get our money back, and then,
okay,
we'll leave this place and probably not come back
Okay.
again for a while.
That's true. It's gonna take you a long ass time to get all the way down to tier 3. So Valanthe, do you want to research his mansion or his shipments?
I'll leave it to the party. What do you guys think?
Okay.
I mean, I imagine if we're looking for his vault, it's going to be big risk, big reward, I imagine. And a shipment would be less risk, but also less reward.
Mm-hmm.
Would be my presumption.
I would say the shipment would definitely have enough money for you to all get something, and Rakk enough money to get the tools. Either one will do the basic job. The question is, do you want to have a lot of money or enough to have some supplies when you head down? So someone giving you like all
right.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at that vault.
Okay.
Just to see what the vault looks like.
Sure. How do you want to how do you want to case the mansion then? It's in the mansion, I'll tell you that much for sure. But like, how do you picture yourself, Valanthe, figuring this shit out?
On cat-like feet we tread, barely make a sound.
Oh yeah, scouting. Stealth. Yeah. All right.
Sneak and Haven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sneak and Haven. Go ahead and roll that beautiful
crit footage.
Yeah. It was standard difficulty. So the mansion is well guarded and patrolled by professionals, which means they're predictable. It would only be a matter of time of watching them and figuring out their routines. So as long as you're discreet, or you can pick out paths to eliminate a couple of guards, but once you eliminate a guard, you're on a clock. Now inside the mansion, it gets a little trickier. He is Vinmir is a social creature. He does invite people over. You can impersonate guests and workers there. You see those as potential avenues. His mansion is also close enough. Derelictus is not so. It's a mansion, but it's still a couple. It has a fence and a small courtyard around it, but it is still in the middle of a city. So there are buildings that you could theoretically build a zip line to, especially with you, Valanthe.
Zip line.
Yeah. So you get a sense of the basic. So you have a sense of the basic structure of the place, the basic guard patrols, basic ways to get. You see multiple avenues to get in. What you don't know is where the treasure vault itself is, and you don't know of any hidden defenses. Like I said, there are standard traps that you detect, but you realize that he's probably spent a lot more to upgrade the vault itself. Now, so there's 3 ways to figure out where the vault is that you can see. One is to get Vimir actually does have a diary that is kept in his bedroom. Unfortunately, Valanthe, you can tell that is heavily guarded.
Yes, Boss's bedroom, especially with that being Boss is a high elf.
It is heavily guarded on the outside, and there is something you hear. You can hear something padding around in there. He has some sort of guard animal inside, although you don't know what it is. So that would be the very high risk thing, is getting the diary, but you're gonna get everything with that. He always leaves it in his bedroom. You do see him work. Well, he's either carrying it on his person or leaving it in his bedroom. That's why you know about it. You've stalked him enough to see him write in it. But yeah, you would need unrestricted access to the diary to figure out the vault. Number 2 is his treasurer, not an accountant, a treasurer. Another high elf who attends these things and definitely handles a lot of the fiduciary concerns. Let me just give you a name. Well, we'll call the treasurer for right now. If you want to pursue that route, I'll come up with a name. The third route is essentially trial and error. You would have to basically systematically, you do have access to magic that would allow you to tell where there is a hidden mass inside a wall. This would take the longest time and basically be multiple stealth challenges to basically like it has to be in this area because the way you're drawing out the blueprints of the entire building and sneaking in, doing magical tests to figure out what's behind certain walls and blah, blah, blah. So that would be time consuming and also dangerous because a lot of stealth checks, risky ones too.
Ew.
The treasurer is less guarded, but not unguarded. The treasurer definitely has 2 bodyguards with them at all times. With her at all times, I'll just say. Let's see here.
And then we would have to pump her for information.
Mm-hmm. And you'd have to do so quickly. Because once, you'd either have to kill her and make it look like an accident, or, let's see here. We'll say their name is actually Signet upon our pact. So Signet has 2 bodyguards and comes and goes throughout the city. You can follow her movements, take her down, but then of course you're going to be on a clock of some kind. So if you do the architectural study, that's the slowest and safest approach in terms of like time. So you got to like. Yeah, so that's what you get with that check. But that's about all you can get with that check. So that takes you some time to do. So in the meantime, Garanhon, what are you going to do to figure out how to steal Vinmir's money?
Okay, so is there a particular way that we can possibly get in? So
Yeah, Valanthe tell you about workers and guests. Workers would be easier. You in particular, you could by removing your armor. Rakk actually could make a case as a meat delivery guy. He would have.
I know all about meat.
Yeah,
that's true. He would not have to fake anything.
Yeah, so you could bribe with a D6 resource. You could bribe the regular delivery guy and do their job for them. You'd have brief access to the building. At least Rakk would. Rakk could have an assistant. That could be one other person. But you'd only have access to the kitchen. So I'll tell you that for free. But yeah, otherwise it's stealth checks, or coming up with, or basically targeting another person. If you target like a worker, or a minor guest, that's not going to raise an alarm. They're like, oh, well, Steve, the janitor went missing. Yeah, well, fuck Steve.
Well, you said that would give us access to the kitchen, right?
Yeah, for the meat delivery, you have to bribe the existing guys with the D6 resource or threaten them or something.
Well, if I can get in there, I can possibly make some adjustments to any of the stoves or anything else that they're using to possibly cause a general commotion and make it easier for those who are stealthing in there to avoid detection.
Yeah, that would actually help Valanthe if you just wanted to go with the survey of the entire building and use deduction to figure out where the vault is. So that would be an approach. So yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Outis, is there anything you want to do?
Yes. I would like to, at least from a distance, get a look at the mansion.
Yeah, you can. There's the mansion.
Since I have uncured hex eye, once per session, I see something useful.
Oh yeah, it is true.
I have no depth perception because I see too many realities at once.
That is true. But all right, you do see a view of the one in the past, one where the mansion is under construction. And you see a vault door being carried in. And you get to see it is you see its maker mark and model number. What is its who is its maker and what is its model?
The mark of the company is essentially like a very ornate, within a nice relief carving, or I don't know, relief, whatever you call it, of essentially those two huge clasped arms from the meme from Predator.
No escaping.
Resolute,
and of course, the maker's mark is two brothers.
Two brothers, and this particular model of vault is called the Resolute Bond vault name. So with that,
that sounds like a weak vault.
Yeah.
Well, no, its street name is "You Son of a Bitch" because that's what people say when they try to break into it.
That's exactly right, Garanhon. You can give me a discern plus technology check with that information.
Actually, so I'm going to use one of my abilities too, unorthodox methods, because I've actually seen something before. So I can go ahead. Before I roll the dice to resolve an action, I can state that my result is a 6, but I will take stress.
Okay, so you're just going to do that.
Yep.
Okay. Actually, you don't, because this is discern. This is just knowing things. You don't take stress for that, so you just succeed. Okay. So yeah. Very good. So, it's a very strong vault. There's two ways to get in. One is it is a upper tier model, but not like top of the line. It's not like a government, like a king. It's about right for a person of Vinmere status to have. So it does have one unorthodox protection. Aside from strong, metal walls and a strong lock, which you can melt with acid or use explosives to get through. But I'll let the group decide. What is the one unusual mystical defense of the Resolute Bond Vault? Whoever succeeds, I'll just give them a... if it really impresses me, I'll say you just coincidentally find D6 coins.
Let's see.
Let's see here. It could be like a magical trap of some kind. It could be it summons a creature. It could be a logic puzzle of some kind.
Every single Resolute vault that has ever been made has the Sphinx package built into it, where if you do not know the riddle of the day, you cannot get through the door.
Riddle of the day. Yep. Yep. That's if you know the riddle of the day, you don't need to. That's the key. So yeah, and that is a. So the treasurer and Vinmere would know the riddle of the day. There's. I will say this: there is a formula for it. You know the formula. You know every riddle. If you don't know the formula, you don't know. Well, the problem with the riddle of the day is the formula can include variables only known to the treasurer or, trusted people. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we have to puzzle it out on our own.
Mm-hmm. It's like being given a word problem where, like, this gnoll is half the age of that gnoll, but you're not given all the variables, so it's impossible. Yeah.
But I love a logic puzzle. Mm-hmm. How dare they?
Yeah. But that's not always the case. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes people are lazy, and it's just like the riddle of the day is just one riddle. You can change it. So basically it could be a logic puzzle.
It's like when people buy security cameras but forget to change the settings, so like anyone who knows the model can log into it.
Mm-hmm. So riddle of the day could be very easy or very dangerous. Because if you fail it, the Sphinx wakes up, and it's really fucking bad.
Because it's a Sphinx made out of a safe. That's not good.
Mm-mm. So
one might even say that it's a very unsafe Sphinx.
Heyo.
So
you the riddle of the day is the challenge, or there's a way to disable the riddle of the day long enough for you to blow it open. Or melt it with acid, but that's obviously going to destroy some of the treasure inside, and that's obviously going to be loud as fuck. So Garanhon, you know how to do that. You can just do that if you need to get the resources, but because that would require explosives or acid. So
or explosive acid, if you could manage to get that.
So you know
No,
that
see, every
silly.
time we use that, no.
So you still don't know where the vault is, though, because you Otis saw the vision of the past,
I saw the door as it was being brought into the building, but it's not like they just assembled a vault in broad daylight.
So it's a 3-story mansion. Could be on either. There's no basement. Well, it would not be in the basement. It would be inside the mansion itself. So because the basement would be accessible from below by the sewer, so that would be too risky. And the sewers you'd have to blow your way through. So like there's no stealthy way to access the mansion through the sewers unless somebody on the inside let you in, which would still be difficult because it's going to be locked and barred and blah, 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 blah. Let's see here. So Rakk, we'll just say Rakk and, Garanhon go in to cause the distraction in the kitchen. So Valanthe, there's 3 floors and there's 3 difficulties. The first floor is standard difficulty, thanks to your friends, because they're making a distraction on the ground floor. The second floor is going to be risky because there's no distraction on that floor. And the third floor is going to be dangerous because it's the 3rd floor. That's where the master bedroom is. There's a lot of guards around that floor. So, you give me a standard stealth roll and see if it's on there, on the first floor.
Let's try that one first and hope for the best. I'm guessing Haven as our domain.
Yep. Stealth plus Haven.
All 8.
Right. Yep. You're fine. It is not on the first floor. You're sure of that?
Well, that means that things are going to be tricky. Let's see just how tricky.
Okay, so Rakk and Garanhon, you've caused your distraction. And Valanthe, you notice him for a moment, and he gives you the no-go. It's not on the first floor. Now, at this point, you can just leave for free. You don't have any actions. But now, if you want to bullshit your way and create a new distraction on the second floor to help Valanthe, well, this is where creative thinking. Also, Outis is somewhere nearby, or Outis is available to do a thing. So, I
mean, I don't know that I'm near the building, but I also am incredibly obvious because I'm covered in boils and have a broken arm.
Yeah, you have a bunch of untreated injuries. Yeah. So,
but I mean, I could stir shit up. It'll just not be great.
Just burst in there, sanctuary.
All right, so let me know if you want to do something, Outis. But I need to know from Garanhon and Rakk, what are you doing? Are you leaving? You're expected to leave. You've made your meat delivery into the freezer of the kitchen. That is what you were there in your delivery uniforms to do. Are you going to make some excuse to go up to the second floor to cause a distraction, or are you going to leave?
Actually, since we have the full kitchen here, does it have a dumbwaiter system in order to deliver food to the different floors?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Since I want to continue to make a distraction, I'll go back into the freezer, and I'd like to use could I use like a mend technology to find whatever the town's, this kitchen's version of a Freon dispenser is. Basically just taking their coolant system out, saying, oh, hey, this is broken. We need to actually get out of here before you're gassed out completely, and throw it into the dumbwaiter and send it upstairs. All right. Utilizing that to create enough of a smoke screen for Valanthe.
Okay. Give me a min plus technology.
All right.
Damn.
Yeah, made that. Yeah, you guys need to replace this. This is obviously a faulty unit. I would suggest moving any of the blood-flavored ice cream out so far. Please move away. This early disposal. You're fine. Don't breathe it in.
So, one of the kitchen staff goes like, I thought you were a meat delivery person. Why are you messing with the pipes and the other stuff? You sound like a repair technician.
The meat deliveries on the side.
He's my assistant. It's his first day on the job. He's still learning the meat trade from his last one.
So, freezer repair. Gigantic grin on my face.
All right. That is, I will say that will give you another standard. That'll downgrade the from risky to standard. So you go and give me another check, Valanthe.
Nice.
Guess it's on the 3rd floor.
All right, show of hands. Who did not expect that?
Now, here's the thing: is the 3rd floor is big, so you can't just like, and there's like 4 spaces it could be in, and you don't know which of those 4 it could be. So you can just like wait until the heist itself to be like, it's got to be one of these 4 spots. We can roll. We can just check them out or split up, and we can all check one spot out. Yeah, but that'll, or you it's still risky if you want to scout it and identify its location now, because you two have to leave. Garanhon and Rakk have to leave now, unless they use violence or coercion or bribes or stealth or something. You have loitered too long. You need to get the fuck out. So,
Gittis, come here, baby. Come to daddy. All right. We're just going to write this little note to our buddies. Now, okay, I need you to go find Outis.
Uh-oh.
All right. Soon, Outis, a spider, reaches you with a note. What is the note?
Oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What does the note say?
Good news, bad news. Good news is I have figured out what floor the vault is on. Bad news is it's the 3rd, and I'm going to need more time.
Okay. Ooh, actually, I've picked up some technology stuff myself. Could I find some way of like mend technology sabotaging something external to the house?
That'll take more than one skill check, because first you'll have to get to that infrastructure. There's nothing. It is I said it's fenced in as a courtyard. There are like sheds to run various machinery and whatnot, and they are not as well guarded, but it's beyond a fence, and there are patrolling guards. So I'm
not sneaky. That wouldn't be wise.
I would allow evade to get to one of those. Because you can wait for the guard to leave and then dart in.
Okay.
But the thing is, you definitely, once you get in that shed, you're not going to be able to see the guards coming and going, and you'd have to make a stealth to get out.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Yeah, but you'd be right at the edge of the fence. You'd just be able to even if you get spotted, you'd just be able to run away. They'd only be able to take a couple shots at you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, they're putting themselves on the line. I might as well do something.
Okay. Standard evade plus Haven or Warren.
Okay. Hey, 9 and 10. Wow, thanks, guys. Way to work this time.
Very good, very good. So you are able to evade the guard long enough to get inside one of the sheds. Now, how are you going to sabotage the machinery? Do you have mend?
Yeah, I have mend and technology.
Well, then there you go. Roll that.
All right.
Bean footage.
What he said. That is a 7.
Okay. So you will take stress. I'm going to say it's 1d6 mind stress because you're very stressed out. You know what? No, let's make it fortune because you're pushing your luck. It's 1 fortune.
All right. That puts me at 2 fortune.
You're fine. It's fine. Now it's stealth to get out.
Oh, goody. Well, that's really not going to do me any good, because I don't have either the domain or the.
So you're just rolling the d10.
Or wait, actually, I could cast Frenzy of the Sky Court to attempt to give myself stealth.
There you go. You could do that.
Yeah,
We'll do it.
That's what I'm going to do. All right, cast in my spell. And I'm crazy, so I still get bonus. Yay! 6. So success with stress again.
Echo or mine, or do I get to pick?
I don't think it specifies, as
Okay.
far as I know.
Mind stress. You're really pushing your limits. Ooh. What does that put you at?
What did I get?
6?
That's over.
Okay.
That gives me 11.
Yeah, that's major fallout.
Oh my god.
How's your brain?
Really bad. Well, I mean, is it a D6 or is it a D4? Do you know?
No, wait, we're back on the first level. It'd be a D4.
Okay.
Yeah, because first and second level, I think, are D4, and then it's D6.
All right. Only one.
Okay, so it still puts me at 6.
Let's see here. Ooh, barely.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
I rolled a 7. So yeah, no thing. So
Dodged a bullet.
so you did sabotage it. Now you just need to stealth out.
Alrighty. I now have the ability of stealth. I totally always have that, as I'm filled with a rush of strange whispering wind voices. And 8.
All right. You managed to get out. So what does this sabotage look like on the 3rd floor, Otis?
Well, I found one of the sort of magic technological conductors that allow the all of the various torches to be lit and unlit at the same time, and so it causes the indoor torchlight and chandeliers to flicker rapidly and then go out for a few moments before flicking back on.
All right, so that'll downgrade it to risky. There, Valanthe.
Well, I think I can handle risky. Or at least I can try.
You certainly can.
On.
Oh, unfortunately, you are caught. You do not take stress yet. The guard has a gun on you and tells you to stop. Now you could jump out the 3rd story window and make a hell of a evade check to minimize the amount of damage you take. Or if you make a kill roll, you can try and stealth. You get one chance. It's going to be risky to one-shot the guard without raising an alarm.
What is the guard?
The guard is drow.
Perfect. I'm going to go for a compel and haven roll here.
Okay.
Hey, handsome. Look, you and I both know exactly where this is going. You're going to take me into custody. You're going to pump me for information, and I'm going to tell you all of my deepest, darkest, most intimate secrets.
All right.
And then you're going to tell you're going to tell all of your friends. You're going to tell your employer. I'm saying all of this as I get right up on him.
It's still going to be, if this is risky business, I'm telling you that it's still risky because, yeah, but high risk, high reward. Yeah.
9.
The guard.
9.
You are someone's type.
You really are. The guard is blushing and stuttering and unable to say a thing.
Or
yeah.
you can let me go for now in the hopes that you'll catch me the next time I'm in. Nibble his earlobe.
Yeah, you nibble his earlobe. He is speechless. He is going to be hyperventilating for the next few minutes. Yeah, so you did fail, so you didn't find it. So you can give me another risky stealth check. And I will say this seduction will not work again. The other guards, yeah.
I'm just actually no. I think I'm going to push this a little bit further. Or you could just tell me where the little vault is, and then you know exactly where I'm going to be, and you can get me all to yourself.
All right, that's
later.
Awesome. You did roll a 9, a full success, so you can go get. It's still risky because now you're like, he could be killed for this, for betraying his employer. So, what head is thinking?
You just have to ask yourself one little question. Are you ever going to find somebody like me who isn't trying to break into your vault?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's gonna be D6 to your fortune, because God, you were pushing your luck. So that, yeah, that is 6 to fortune. Yeah, he tells you. You know where it is now. He stutters it out, but you can hear footprints going. You have to go. You succeed. You get out. You escape barely with your life. But you do take fallout from this. Fortune fallout. Because I rolled a 1.
I figured.
Yep. Let's see here. Well, this makes sense. Word of mouth. Word spreads of your mission. Whenever you're headed next, someone's know you're there is going to try and take advantage of you. GM shows how word is spreading. Gee, I wonder why word would be spreading about the hit on the this. I wonder what possible thing could have happened.
It's a total mystery, man.
It's a total mystery. Word of mouth is spreading. The guards, guys, I think that we're going to get hit. All these weird things happening the same day. I bet we're getting cased for the hit on the vault. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
It's fine.
Yeah. So, but you know where the vault is. You know how to get there. And so, next session, we will have the, heist, for, Venmir's fortune, and we'll see how that goes. All you need now is to figure out, are you going to figure out I guess there's one last question. Are you going to figure out the riddle of the day, or are you just going to fucking blow the bloody doors off? So, Garanhon, you're the engineer type. So what are you leaning toward? There's ways to try and figure out what the riddle of the day could be. You could break into Two Brothers, security and, pilfer their archives for it. That's basically a separate, heist. You could use your own knowledge of technology to just clearly it must be this. You could kidnap the treasurer, or you could just get some explosives and acid.
Actually, I feel that I might be able to actually create a what I call a conundrum calculator.
Okay.
That if we can if somebody can bribe some of the information from some of the guards about previous riddles of the day, we can actually predict what the current one is going to be.
Unfortunately, the guards would not know. Only I would say that the riddle of the day is only going to be known by Venmir and the treasurer. They're the only people who can open the vault. The guards would have to leave the room. I would say you cannot. You can do that, but you have to target at least the treasurer. Now you could. Is there
another Sphinx in town?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, so you want to? Okay. Yeah.
Well, that we can get an interview for and actually get samples for the conundrum computations.
Okay. That's I'll say there is one. It's in the it was thrown into the sewers. It's in a cistern. It's actually a well-known story of the Sphinx that didn't do its job. The owner threw it into the cistern to let it rust away. Yeah. Well, he's pissed at it. So if you help the vault out, you can definitely get the information for that. But why don't we start with that next session? Let's see. Start with pulling.
And I mean, I could pump Harville for more information, but
his name is Harville. Okay, yeah. Harville, the flustered guard. We'll say. Ask its Sphinx about riddle of the day. Okay, so so we'll figure that out. But yeah, next session we'll do a big heist. And
woo,
yeah. Let's see here. I guess we did handle the meta info for being. Yeah.
And I got my mage blood
You did.
And
true.
They
You did
did.
indeed.
His come Outis, destroyer of homes.
Look, clearly the home was a part of the evil plans of Zaradoth and had to be dealt with.
Including
Clearly.
my basement.
Hey, your thing turned out fine. You're better off than all of us.
Yeah.
Do you know how long it took me to find a bed with curtains? Proper curtains?
Look, I feel bad, and once I'm not rotting from, soul to flesh, I will do the best that I can to make that up to you guys. But I'm going to spend basically every bit of whatever my cut is from this heist to just get back to baseline.
It's okay, Outis. I don't blame you. All I'm saying is, right now, we could have probably have used that bed and gotten just a little bit more information. Like, he was this close to breaking. I felt it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. Oh man, now I also cockblocked you. I feel real bad. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think that you did as much as the other guards did. So don't worry.
But yeah. So in terms of your story beat, David, you did fulfill delivering a crucial message on behalf of the Heart. Thad, you did both of yours, destroying something of your master. And
I definitely did.
Yep, you caused a PC to suffer fallout from your collateral. Good job there. And Tom, you did you took major blood fallout. So
didn't I?
Yeah.
I wish I had known that was useful.
Yeah. So, we'll pick up there. Questions, comments, suggestions. I feel like you guys are all really syncing as a group very well. So I'm having a blast just listening to you all.
I blew up your plot threads, Ross.
Yeah, no. It came back around. I did not. I thought you'd be like, you'd go in, you'd ask some questions, you'd be like, what the fuck happened here? Do a little investigation. Find out about Vinmir.
Violated my home and turned it into a cop bar. This will not stand.
Yeah, so the only solution is to blow it up. Okay, no, I get that now. I see my mistake.
What do you do when the exterminator's late, Ross?
Burn the apartment down, yeah. It was my fault for giving you an Infovore-shaped bomb. Yeah.
Honestly, out of all of us who was going to blow that up, I figured I would be with you on that one, given my obsession.
Yeah, fair.
Well, you had the option. I mean, you could have picked a fight with the guards like I did, but no. You decided to suddenly turn into an armored ninja.
Well, he accidentally fell to a safe distance, then crawled back up into danger and was still fine. Like, Aaron fucking ran on the blade's edge.
Honestly,
this is why all ninjas should wear plate mail.
Again, I don't know how I got out of that one. I shouldn't have.
You fucking guts like giant sword blade cut your way out.
Oh my god! Damn it!
It was very good. All right. Well, we'll talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry about blowing up everything.
I guess we can't have an RPPR campaign without at least one heist. So
yeah, that's true.
It'd be good. Talk to you later. Bye.